time next year I'll be in the UFC, and I would already have a couple more wins in my records with a couple bonuses.
Hello, everyone. Christopher de Santiago of MMA Islander. Making a name for himself on the regional scene, we have on the undefeated at 6-0 An Tuan Ho coming off a victory at LFA 176 over Miguel Sanson. An Tuan Ho, how's it going today?
It's going very well. Thank you for having me on.
For sure, man. I know that you're known for your highlight reel knockouts. How good did it feel to showcase a part of your game that we might not see often?
I felt pretty good about the win. I felt like I've reversed most of the position, and I was able to end up on top. And that's a thing that people don't know about my game yet. But I knew about that, and I'm in the gym every day trying to work on that. And having the opportunity like that with an opponent that's trying to just wrestle, and I came up on top. That was great.
What was the game plan heading into this fight?
The game plan, I knew he was just gonna try to wrestle me just because no one has tried it yet, and I wanted to go in there and showcase that I'm able to wrestle him as well. I'm not just a striker where it's a striker versus wrestler. I don't want it to look like that. I don't want it to be like that where he try to takes me down and I disengage and it just go on repeat. I didn't want that. I want to show him that I got that wrestling too. And if he does go for the takedown, I'm gonna punish him on the ground, and then he's it's gonna make him think twice before he shoot again.
You attempted that inverted triangle, I believe, at the end of the first round, and then after the bell sounded, you came to your corner with a smile on your face. What were you thinking heading into that second round?
That was a move that I hit all the time in sparring. And once it's locked up like that, I've submitted NCAA wrestlers, like even weight classes above me. And I felt pretty good. I felt like he got lucky there.
Do you feel like you're eventually going to get to that inverted triangle submission eventually in your career?
Yeah, jujitsu is something that I enjoy doing, and I have a lot of slick tools in my toolbox, and that's something a lot of people don't know about. But that's literally all I have been working on. It's just my jujitsu and my get ups and my defense. Now I got to work on my offense.
In those moments, like in the heat of battle, like is it hard to choose between submission and position?
Yes, see, that was another part about the game plan against Miguel Sanson was when I was looking back at his tapes. A lot of his opponent, they were hunting for submissions too early, and one even when they have the submission, they weren't taking their time trying to adjust the grip the right way. Like what's his name, Mark Climaco. He had him in he had his back, and he got the rear naked and he got the grip, but the grip was pretty shallow, so he wasn't able to fully squeeze and get him to tap. But he had the position, he was just rushing it. So for me, I told myself that going into the fight, I was like, okay, positioning is gonna be the first thing I focus on, and I'm gonna punish him, and I'm gonna soften him up a little bit, and then I'm gonna look for the submission.
I know that you were expecting him to grapple heavy in this fight, but was there anything that surprised you throughout those three rounds?
Not at all, not at all. And I felt like that's what a lot of people are gonna try to do to me now in the future. And again, I picked up a lot of things between the rounds, and when he first came out with the body kick into a shot, he wasn't, you can tell he has high energy. By the second round, it started dying off. By the third round, he was fucking tired, bro. And I should have disengaged. I should have disengaged the wrestling. I felt like I accepted it too much. But next time, if they're gonna wrestle me, they better have that cardio, because I'm gonna knock you out second or third round.
And I know that you have high level striking. You've shown it throughout your past six fights. But was there like any temptation to sprawl and brawl with him rather than go to the ground and try to beat him at his own game?
It was both. I wanted to do both. I wanted to show him that I have that wrestling too.
And after the 3 rounds, like obviously the judges can be a little bit whack. I would know because I'm from Texas. You know how the judges are over here. Was there like any like was there any like doubt that you had like did you feel like you had done enough throughout those 3 rounds to get the decision win?
Yeah, I thought so. Like in the moment, I felt like it was pretty close. But when I look back at it, it was pretty clear that I was winning, and I was reversing all of the position, and I was the one that landing more strikes, on the ground, and I was doing more. He was just holding me.
When would you like to get back in the cage?
Right now, I'm still gonna take a little bit of time off. So I like taking 2 months off, and then I fight on the third month. So that's my game plan. Probably in 3 months I'll fight again.
What are some developments that you're gonna undergo in the gym? You know, you said that you had some holes that you had in that fight. So, but I mean, I didn't see anything too particular. But what are some stuff that you're gonna work on after this fight?
Just disengaging after the wrestling, and just I feel like it's just strategies and tactics, and also
Awesome, man.
another thing I could work on is not letting him get me to that crackdown position from the high crotch, and that's what I'm gonna work on.
How good did it feel to get that win in your hometown of Phoenix, Arizona?
It was in the moment I thought it was pretty close, so I didn't really enjoy it. I beat myself up a lot, and I'm really hard on myself, so I felt like I didn't really deserve like to celebrate, like how I usually do. But I went back and I looked at it, and I felt like I did well, and I started to feel good again.
Sure, for sure, man. And what does a win over Miguel Sanson like? What does that do for your career? And like I've seen a lot of fans kind of thinking about where you should go next. A lot of people seem to think that you should be on Contender Series next. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I would love to. That's where I'm heading. And my end goal is I want to be a champ in the UFC, and I want to get there however I can. And I think Contender Series is probably the best option for me to go right now.
Sure. And where do you see yourself this time next year?
This time next year, I'll be in the UFC, and I would already have a couple more wins in my records with a couple bonuses.
So man, awesome. And when you're not in the gym, how do you like to spend the time when you're not training, when you're not fighting? What are some of your hobbies? Stuff like
Um, Me and my boys, we usually like going hiking, and we just go hike, talk about life, and joke, talk shit to each other, and that's what it's all about, bro. We just do what boys do, like it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're with a friend, like a good friend that you could trust. You guys talk shit all the time. That's what makes it fun, right?
it's going to headline UFC 300 in April.
Hopefully, Connor. That would be the best option because I feel like UFC 299 is really packed. And if Connor's not on the UFC 300, it's like no, it doesn't make any sense.
For sure, man. And where are some places that you would like to fight at in your UFC career? I know that they're going to the Apex a lot nowadays, but where would you like to fight? Should you get to the UFC?
I like to fight everywhere, bro. I want to travel the world. I want to see the different type of women they have around the world too. The culture and everything.
Nice,
But
man.
Australia for sure. I want to go to Abu Dhabi, see the Habibis, and I don't know,
Awesome.
just wherever
Uh,
they take me.
for sure, man, for sure. And are you watching any TV? I'm not sure if you're like a big TV show or movie guy, but is there anything anything that you're watching nowadays?
I really don't have a lot of time to like just sit and watch TV. I feel like I really hate resting, just because I feel like I'm not being productive. But sometimes when I do rest, uh, there was this new show that came, and I've always been a fan of Percy Jackson. And when that TV show Percy Jackson came up, I was like, oh, let's give it a watch, you know. And it was pretty good.
I think that's all the questions I had for you, Antoine Ho. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching?
I want to thank all the fans for all the support on social media and stuff, and hopefully, Contender Series is gonna be next, and I can't wait to show you guys how good I am, and put on a show for you guys, because I sacrifice everything just to get here, and I do it for the love. So when I'm in there, I fight for glory, and I fight for you guys. So,
Awesome. Thanks so much, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay.
oh yeah, you too, brother. Thank you so much for having me on.